Let's be honest, Scott Robertson didn't just lose his job because of results. He lost it because he lost control of communication inside the All Blacks camp. And that's where Ardie Savea comes in. Behind the scenes, Robertson's biggest weakness as head coach wasn't tactics or motivation, it was communication. Players reportedly felt disconnected from him. Key messages weren't being delivered clearly. Decisions weren't explained properly. And too often, difficult conversations were avoided or passed down to assistants. That created a vacuum. And in elite teams, when a head coach leaves a vacuum, senior players will fill it. Robertson was dismissed last month after a mixed couple of years in charge, with a player review reportedly key to his downfall. Savea was seen as the face of the alleged revolt after it was claimed that he was seeking a move away from New Zealand if changes weren't made. NZ Rugby chair David Kirk denied that the flanker had a significant role in Robertson's sacking, but the 32-year-old has still received backlash. "I'm a bit disappointed. He's been used as a scapegoat when he's probably just expressed his views in a review, and it's come out. A lot of people express their views in the review. Everyone in the team does," All Blacks lock Patrick Tuipulotu told reporters. "I suppose it's just easy to latch on to him because he's probably the best player in the world at the moment. It's a bit disappointing, but people are going to say what they're going to say. I haven't spoken to him, but on the Zooms we've had, he seems all right. It won't bother him. He's the type of guy to just carry on." Tuipulotu was speaking during the Super Rugby Pacific launch, and the Robertson situation was a topic for all of the All Blacks that were present. There was a player review, obviously, but the way the narrative has been put onto Ards is totally unfair. I think when someone of his caliber goes away to a different competition, it's pretty easy to point fingers, but that's not the case at all, the hooker said. "We don't even know what he said in his review. I don't want to know. But I know for a fact that he wants the best for this team, and he really respected Razor." Back rower Wallace Sititi was also asked about the hate Savea has received, and the youngster stated that he will back him to the hilt. "Ardie's my guy. He's my brother, and I'm going to look after him no matter what. It's a bit disappointing, but it's a part of rugby. The fans are passionate about their footy. I think we all know who Ardie is as a person, so that's the main thing," Sititi said. Ardie Savea, as one of the most powerful voices in the squad, stepped into that space. He became a go-between, communicating with players, communicating with coaches, and quietly shaping the internal narrative of what was and wasn't working. On the surface, that looks like leadership. But here's the problem. When a player starts controlling the flow of communication in a national team, the balance of power shifts, and Robertson allowed that to happen. Instead of addressing issues directly with the group, Robertson relied too heavily on intermediaries. That meant players didn't always hear his thinking straight from him, they heard it filtered. And once that happens, trust erodes fast. According to reports, Savea used that weakness to his advantage, not in a cartoon villain way, but by reinforcing player frustrations, amplifying dissatisfaction, and positioning himself as the voice of the squad during the internal review process. And when New Zealand Rugby sat down to ask players what was going wrong, that feedback carried real weight. Now add another layer to this, the Crusaders versus Blues rivalry. Robertson is a Crusaders legend. His instincts, his systems, his comfort zone, all Crusaders-based. But the All Blacks dressing room isn't one franchise. It's a mix of rival camps that already don't fully trust each other. Some players reportedly felt the environment leaned too heavily towards Crusaders thinking, and that made certain leaders more resistant to buying in fully. So when communication was already weak and franchise loyalties were already simmering, someone like Savea, influential, respected, and well-connected, became incredibly powerful inside the room. By the time the internal review happened, the narrative was set. The message coming back wasn't just, "We're losing games," it was, "This environment isn't working." And once that message becomes consistent across senior players, the board doesn't hesitate. So yes, Ardie Savea played a big role, not because he single-handedly fired the coach, but because he operated within a system that allowed player influence to grow unchecked, due to Robertson's inability to communicate firmly, clearly, and directly. That's the real lesson here. Robertson didn't lose the team overnight. He lost control of the conversation. And once that happened, the decision was only a matter of time. Because in All Blacks rugby, if players start leading the messaging instead of the head coach, the coach never survives.